Piki atu rā ngā kura ki o korua taumata I runga I te māoritanga me te kotahitanga o ngā timaņa poto me o nā hapu maha hei whakawairoha I te ngā kauaroha me te manawa tutuki I te rānei e. Piki atu rā.
Ki ngā tāne, ki ngā wahine, me ngā taitamariki, kia ora katoa.
E te runga rawa,
no te mana whatua, huru me te maramatanga me te kororia, ho mai he aroha he rangi mari e hei topu I te manawa te tinana te wairua ka puta ki te whaio ki te amarama. Mauri orai.
Rūpeke mai ki ngā whakawhiwhinga kawenata, rua mano rua tekau mā rua. He pō whakawairoha I te ngākau aroha me te manawa tutuki. The Kawenata Awards 2022, celebrating contribution and achievement. Ngā whakawhiwhinga kawenata, rua mano rua tekau mā rua, e tautokohia nei e te tarahiti o Te Nehenehenui, te wānanga o Aotearoa, Darren Wise Stainless Sculptor, Aotahi Limited, Bruce Wright me Tyler Wilson.
Ki ngā hapu e noho nei ki ngā hau e whā. Ki ngā kai whakawhiwhinga o te tau, tēnā koutou katoa. Rūpeke arorangi mai, Mātakitaki mataora mai, I roto I te aroha o te rongarawa me papatoa nuku e takoto ake nei. Ko te kingi Māori ki Waikato, ki ngitu hei tia po tatau te whirowhiro te tuawhitu. Haere rā I ngā mate o te tau, ki te pōtūtanga nui o piripiri, ki te pūtahi nui o rehua, haere koutou oki atu rā. Hoki mai ki a tātou te kanohi ora o rātou, tēnā tātou katoa. The Kawenata Awards is a symbolic flagship of the 1904 Kawenata o Ngāti Maniapoto me Ona Hapu Maha, inaugurated at the Māhoenui residence of Te Rangituataka Tākarei on Friday the 1st of January 1904. Like the Kawenata, which was established to unite our people, the awards is about coming together to celebrate the contributions and achievements of our people across all sectors of Te Nehenehenui. Although we aren't physically together at this time, we are really pleased to be able to make this available online for all whānau to join us no matter where you may be in the world. I thank you all for tuning in via Pukamata this evening. This past year has been one of many milestones for our iwi, with our Maniapoto Deed of Settlement Bill recently passed within government and now made legislation. This is the beginning of a new way forward, an opportunity for us to take a step closer in achieving the aspirations set out by our tūpuna. As I reflect on recent achievements and the courage and wisdom of those that have gone before us, the Kawenata of 1904 has been our foundation and guiding document throughout our settlement process. We held fast to kotahitanga and sought to assert a united aspiration for Ngāti Maniapoto me Ona Hapu Maha in adherence to Te Kawenata that states, ko te mea nui I roto I tēnei whakahaere, ko te whakatōpu I te iwi. Kia kotahi ai te tinana me te whakaaro ki te rapu I ngā tikanga, me e tipu ai te iwi I runga I te pai, I te rangatiratanga, me te whai rawatanga. Of prime importance is this arrangement is the amalgamation of the people to be one in thought and deed, to find ways by which the iwi can grow, can benefit from that growth with their rangatiratanga intact and can prosper. The Kawenata speaks to who we are as an iwi and identifies a body of fundamental principles to guide our people forward. These principles are set out across the 5 categories of the Kawenata Awards: aroha, whakapono, ture, Māoritanga, me ko tangitanga. We also have Te Rangituataka Supreme Award. This is the highest award that recognises outstanding performance and leadership. As you may recall, previous recipients include Matua Rore Stafford, Matua Tifa Bell and Farah Palmer. This year we are pleased to introduce the Rōpū Whakahaere Noble Medals to the ceremony. These medals honour individuals or groups who can accomplish unity for the greater good of our iwi. I would like to congratulate our finalists this year. Well done to you all. Your hard work and commitment is celebrated this evening. This is your time. To our whānau tuning in, all of you who can contribute to do the mahi whea marae hapu and iwi, your dedication to our people must also be acknowledged. Me mihi ki a koutou ka tika. Nō reira koutou e te nākau aroha, e te manawa tūtuki, koinei te mihi, koinei hoki te kupu whakawaiоha ki a koutou. Tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou, kia ora koutou katoa.
On Friday, 25th of December 1903, Te Rangituataka Tākere and other noble leaders of the time called a significant gathering of leaders, elders and young people to deliberate a way forward for Ngāti Maniapoto. 1 week later, on Friday 1st of January 1904, Te Kawenata o Ngāti Maniapoto me o na hapu maha was the fulfilment of that gathering and one of the revered vestiges of Te Rangituataka and those of our elders who supported and constituted the Kawenata.
The name of the Kawenata is Te Nehenehenui. Māoritanga is the base value which stands on love, the law and faith. The Rōpū Kaumātua or Constituted Council of Elders were also described as Te Nehenehenui. The elders who formed the council were Te Whero Tāwhiao, Te Rangituataka Tākere, Taonui Hikaka, Paku Wera, Te Aroa Haireti, Tarahuia Nāhuna, Kāhu Huatare, Tū Moke Moke, Hare Mate Toto, Hau Pōkea Te Pakaru, Tū Pōtahi Tū Kōrehu, Ho Tū Taua, Wetini, Hona Wahanui, and Poherai Nuha.
The Rōpū whakahaere o te iwi were Pepene eke tone, Hari he mara wahanui, He nare mate ngaro hetit, Hone taonui hetit, Moirua nā tanahira, and hone omipi. E koro mā i te pō, e kore koutou e wareware tia. E aku nui e aku rahi, e ngā hapu maha o Te Nehenehenui tēnā koutou. Nau mai, rarau mai, ki tēnei whakawhiwhinga Kawenata, ko Paora Rauputu ahau.
Nice one, Kazi. Nei rā te mihi atu kia koutou katoa. So good to be with you this evening. Ko Jenny May Clarkson, tōku ingoa, he uru tēnei no Ngāti Maniapoto. This evening we celebrate an all-encompassing awards ceremony that recognises leaders, elders and young people for their contributions and achievements across multiple areas of Te Nehenehenui region.
These awards recognise all affiliates and residents of Te Nehenehenui, whether you have whakapapa links or have resided within the rohe from December to December each year. You can be nominated for these awards.
Each finalist will be acknowledged this evening according to their residential or tribal affiliation to a figurative te whare o Te Nehenehenui. Kakepuke symbolises the tatau o te whare or doorway. Maunga Pirongia and Maunga Herangi symbolise the iho nui o te whare. Mōkau River symbolises the tuarongo o te whare or the rear wall of the house. Maunga Rangitoto and Maunga Pureora symbolise the kopa iti o te whare, and Pukenui and Pukeroa symbolise the manawa o te whare, or the central point of the figurative house.
More than 40 nominations were submitted through an online system this year. Each nomination was assessed and moderated by a panel of 4 voluntary judges using a rubric grading system. Recipients were then selected according to the principles of the 1904 Kawenata. Those principles make up the 5 primary award categories: aroha, ture, whakapono, Māoritanga and kotahitanga.
Within each of the 5 categories are 5 sections that recognise some of the many areas of contribution and achievement within Te Rohe o Te Nehenehenui. The coveted award this evening is the Rangituataka Supreme Award, which will be awarded to the recipient who has unreservedly demonstrated leadership, nobility and wisdom.
This year we're introducing Te Rōpū Whakahaere o Te Iwi, Noble Medals or Mētara. Each mētara honours individuals or groups who can accomplish unity for the greater good of Ngāti Maniapoto.
E kuima, e koroma. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go to the first category for 2022. All right, can you do this?
The Aroha Awards. These awards are defined by individuals who regard it as considerate and respectful. These are individuals who contribute in meaningful ways and preserve the dignity and integrity of oneself and others. The first section for the Aroha Awards, Security. The recipient for 2022 is Sonoma Takitimu.
Ko kakepuku te maunga, ko waipā te awa, ko Ngāti inu me Ngāti kahu ngā hapu, ko te kōpua te marae. No te whānau Emery me te whānau Tata, he uru au no Ngāti Maniapoto. Ko Sonoma Takitimu tōku ingoa. I'm a proud wahine descendant of Maniapoto, and I'm grateful and acknowledge the whānau who have nominated me for this award. Aroha. I dedicate my life to whānau and strive on seeing them succeed and achieve their dreams and aspirations. During my working life, I have worked with a range of whānau, from disabilities to vulnerable whānau. During my career, I decided to become a Māori warden, and this role has been both humbling and rewarding. I have supported whānau through the duration of COVID-19, has made me more determined to keep doing what I do, and can see how a little bit of aroha kite tangata can change people's lives forever. I love what I do as a Māori warden and as a kaiwhaka ara whānau navigator. I acknowledge all our wātene Māori and encourage them to keep doing the mahi that they do. Kia ora.
The next section for the Aroha Awards is Hospitality, and the recipient for 2022 is Te Kuiti Pā.
Tēnā tātou, hiri tēnei o Ngāti Maniapoto, ko Ngāti Te Paimati, Ngāti Waiora me Ngāti Rora o ku hapu, ko Lisa Stockman Murray tōku ingoa, ko au tētahi o ngā hemana o Te Kuiti Pā. Ko te amorangi ki ngoa, ko te hāpai o ki muri. Nō reira, ko te whakatakanga o te kuiti pā, ko te kuititanga o ngā tāngata, te kuititanga o ngā whakaaro o te iwi. He mihi tēnei a ki te whānau I whakaingoa tia te kuiti pā o te whakatakanga nei. He mihi hoki ki ngā kai whakawā o te kaupapa nei, nā rātou te mahi hei kōwhiri I ngā whakaihu waka o tēnei tohutoa o te Kawenata. Ki ngā ringa wera, ki te paipai, ngā ringa raupā o tō mātou pā, erere ana ngā mihi, ko rātou te panapana o te mano o te pā, nō reira he mihi ka tika ki a rātou. Firstly, just want to acknowledge the nomination and thank those who nominated the PA for this award in the Aroha category for hospitality. Also want to acknowledge the judges who had quite a hard job in their assessment of all the great people being put forward. But to our whānau at the PA who carry out the mahi day in, day out, month by month, week by week and year on year, tēnei te reo e mahi ana ki a rātou. Our ringa wera are the heartbeat of our pā, the ahika that ensure the pulse of our pā is sustained, and sometimes hospitality and manaakitanga goes unnoticed. But for us tonight, we get to celebrate because this award shows that people are recognising the work that goes on at the marae. And for us, our marae is our centre focal point for us as iwi members. Nō reira, erere ana ngā mihi ki a koutou katoa.
The next section for the Aroha Awards, Community Services. The recipient for 2022 is Tyler Ross.
Kia ora whānau. I'm humbled to be nominated as a finalist for the Aroha Award this year. Volunteering with Special Olympics has been a pleasure for me, and I feel good about being able to contribute some mahi on their behalf. But I recognise that, look, I'm a product of the environment where I grew up. in, which was predominantly Te Awamutu and the King Country. And this includes during my time living there, observing my mother and my aunties and how they work with the community, particularly with people with intellectual disabilities, and all the araha that they showed those people as they were doing their work. And so that certainly rubbed off on me. Look, I would say also my time at Te Awamutu College and the Te Awamutu College community really reinforced with me the concepts of awhina and belonging to the community, which was unique to being able to grow up in that type of school environment. We spent a lot of time at Otawhao Marae, reinforcing with the school and the school members around what it means to be Māori and living within a Māori community, and that in itself was quite unique. I was also privileged to be able to learn a lot about the history and the history of the community, just through the principles and the way that the school was developed. And there's a long set of people that have been associated with the school that I think would carry the same sorts of values. I would also like to thank the connections that I've got back to Kapatuhi Marae, Maniapoto themselves, and a special thanks to the Tāne Tinaro Opataia Trust and the support that they provided me back when I was going through university. Those sorts of small gestures mean a lot as you're growing up, and yeah, it was great. It's great encouragement to be able to receive that sort of support from the community, even though it was quite a few years ago now since I was at university, but it does mean a lot. Kia ora whānau, and I guess I just want to wrap up with saying that there's definitely a saying that I learned when I was in Te Awamutu that I guess is my ethos for the things that I do with Special Olympics, which is aroha atu, aroha mai, which is love received and love returned. Thank you.
Rawe Tyler. Now, our next section for the Aroha Awards is the charitable section, and the recipient for this year, for 2022, is Heath Barnstall.
Kia ora whānau, it's Heath Barnstall here. Just like to say a big thank you to the person or people that have nominated me for this award, and for all the people that have supported me throughout this time and journey of the event. If you don't know already, we've done a big event called the 24-hour fence-a-thon, where we fence 24 hours through the night and day to fundraise for the community and the youth in it. Yeah, it was a successful event. We brought a lot of gear for the schools to try and get them out there and have a bit of fun, give them confidence and gathering kai and all sorts of stuff. And yeah, just like to say a big thank you to you all.
Miharo rawa tu e Heath. The next section for the Aroha Awards, Environment. The recipient for 2022 is Shakaira Te Aho.
Tēnā koutou katoa, tainui te waka, puriora o kahu te maunga, waimiha te awa, ririahu, rawaku Ngāti Pāhauera oku iwi, mangapihi pā te marae, Shakaira Te Aho aho. Firstly, I'd like to take this opportunity to share how humbled and grateful I am to not only be nominated, but also be the successful recipient of this award. I'd like to give a special thanks to the Maniapoto Māori Trust Board for selecting me, and an enormous mihi to all of this year's nominees, each who have made amazing contributions to our community and region. I would also like to give a special acknowledgement to the whānau who nominated me. I was extremely taken back by the nomination, as I believe there are so many other whānau out there who deserve their recognition for all their hard work. I've had some amazing opportunities throughout my life. My roots began growing up in the Puriora forest with my kokora. Here's the reason why I chose to pursue a career in science. During my years at high school, while assisting with bird translocations with kokora, I also began to grow my leadership skills, becoming a student council rep and a board of trustee representative. I then moved on to study at the University of Waikato, where I was awarded the Te Arakinui Dame Te Ātarangi Kahu Scholarship that gave me the opportunity to work at Waikato Regional Council, among other things. During this time at the council, I also became a mentee for Tipa Mahuta through the Tuia initiative. Since then, I have graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree with a double major in Biological and Environmental Sciences. I've excelled in my career, where I've recently been employed by Waikato Regional Council as a Resource Consent Monitoring Officer, which allows me to work closely with the Waitomo, Otorohanga and Taupo District Councils and their local iwi groups. And I'm the youngest trustee on my marae trust, Mangapihi Pā. So once again, thank you. I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity to not only be nominated, but to have also been selected to receive this amazing award. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
This year, through the support of Te Tāhuhu o Te Mātauranga, we were able to produce a series of waiata as mediums to share kōrero to Ngāti Maniapoto living locally and abroad. The first waiata we are introducing is Te Nehenehenui, Te Hā o Te Whenua, featuring Maniapoto talent, our very own Geneva Coffin and Charmaine Turner.
We now move on to the Whakapono Awards. These awards are defined by individuals who are spirited and trustworthy. These are individuals who see beyond the present time and devote time and energy unconditionally. For the first section of the Whakapono Awards, we are looking at research, and the recipient for 2022 is Dr. Rangituatahi Te Kanawa.
Kia ora koutou, ngā mihi nui ki a koutou. E mihi ana hau ki te kawanata. Kia ora hui hui mai nei, tēnā koutou, e kui mā, e koro mā. Mō Ngāti Kino haku te hapu, mō te kuiti ahau, korangi tuatahi te kanawa taku ingoa. I received this taonga with the mana of my tūpuna kuia rangi Māori e he tits and whaia te gares rangi tuatahi. And even further back, rangi Māori is mother to rongo pāmamao and her mother, te ngoingo, and then Rawinia. And Rawinia actually features in the po at Te Waipātoto, a whare tūpuna at Oparure, and she's holding a whiri of muka. This whakapapa has been integral in my journey with taonga kākahu, and it's equipped me with the knowledge bestowed upon me since I was a child, and that would introduce me into the world of conservation, preservation of taonga kākahu. I'm grateful for the recognition of this mahi because it's given me that privilege to be connected with the mātauranga of our taonga kākahu. And I now have a personal and ethical obligation to reconnect taonga kākahu and tangata whenua. So I'm very grateful for the recognition. Nō reira, tēnā koutou katoa.
The next section for the Whakapono Awards, Administration, and the recipient for 2022 is Te Kurarautau Centennial Park School.
Parangi toto te maenga ka mga okua te awa ki te pākana te rara te ape. Tēnā kate katoa.
Ngāi ora kia koutou katoa. On behalf of our Kuraki Kurarautu Centennial Park School, we are grateful for this award and would like to thank the Kawenata Awards for this honour. We would also like to thank our whāko, the staff and whānau i Kurarautu for everything they do for us. The tamariki from attending local kaupapa to supporting us on the sports field. Tēnei mātou e mihi ana, mauri ora.
The next section of the Whakapono Awards is Science, and the recipient for 2022 is Dr. Rangituatahi Te Kanawa Anō.
Kia ora koutou, ngā mihi nui ki a koutou. E mihi ana hau ki te kawanata, kia ora huhu mai nei, tēnā koutou e koima e koroma. Thank you for the recognition and acknowledgement of this award. I have for at least 2 decades now been responsible for the care of taonga kākahu. Those taonga that are a testament of our tūpuna mātauranga. The biggest problem that we have with our kākahu is the deterioration of our dyed black fibre. The material science behind that has been my journey of the last 5 years. And through this, I have connected with tangata whenua to identify the material culture and science of their particular paru or black dyes. as a means not only to reconnecting to their mātauranga, that's typical to them, but also to contribute to the material science that we in conservation need to stabilise it. I'm indebted to all of those that have contributed to the science research undertaken in my recent doctoral studies, and I look forward to continuing on and connecting with tangata whenua and investigating their material culture and indeed their black fibres. Ngā mihi nui, kia koutou. Thank you very much.
The next section for the Whakapono Awards, we're looking at cultivation. The recipient for 2022 is the Pio Pio Berry Orchard.
On behalf of the Roy family, we would like to thank you for this great honour and also to acknowledge those who nominated us. We accept this award on behalf of the entire Pio Pio Berry Orchard team, and I hope every one of them sees this as an accolade to them personally. Mike and I have been married 35 years, 28 of them spent in Pio Pio. Mike studied horticulture at university and I began working life as a nurse and then a midwife. We have 4 children, 2 son-in-laws and 4 grandsons, and all are actively involved in the business in many ways as they pursue their own career paths.
Although a Roy family business, Pio Pio Berry Orchard whānau extends much further. Each year, our team members range from 8 to 80, depending on the time of year. We grow strawberries, blueberries, raspberries and blackberries on 13 hectares on a main road location. Our aim has always been to grow the best quality fruit in the most sustainable manner. Almost 100% of our fruit is sold through our roadside shop, with the customer base growing each year. We are aided in this by location here in the King Country on wonderful Mairoa ash and the unique climate and rainfall. When we moved here 28 years ago, we found we were blessed with incredible community support, which has allowed us to continue to grow our business. These days, with the exciting developments in horticulture, we have moved into growing some of our berries in tunnel houses, which significantly extends our season with early and late production. Along with the obvious advantages to the environment, it makes a more comfortable workplace in all weathers. And again, thank you for this great honour.
I love the ice creams on the Pio Pio Berry Orchard. Yeah. All right, on to the next section for the Whakapono Awards. And we are up to sport. And the recipient for 2022, get this, Chair Cuzzy, Philip Coffin.
Thank you very much for allowing me to be a part of the awards and accepting this award on behalf of myself and my family. It's very humbling to be a part of this because the fact it's from the people from home that have accepted me and given me this award. Like I said, truly humbling. My journey's always been about the people. And what I've achieved over the years is no matter where I went, I knew where I belonged. And having that given to me and instilled in me by my parents has, made me feel accepted throughout the world wherever I went in terms of my rugby career. A lot of family put me here, a lot of friends, coaches that have been a part of my journey. Once again, truly humbling, and it's one of those scenarios where you don't really like to talk about yourself. Always sort of, your actions speak louder than your words. And to be acknowledged in this way, like I've always said, it's truly humbling, and it's about opportunities taken in my time back in the day where you had to work and bring up a young family and try and succeed in life with my sporting pathway. So once again, truly humbling. Thank you very much, and God bless everybody. Cheers.
Ka rawe e Phil. The guest speaker for Te Kawenata Awards for 2022 is Kruja Wetere.
Ki ngā marae, ki ngā hapu, ki ngā whānau, me ngā kaiwhakawhiwhinga kawenata o te tau, tēnā koutou katoa. Ko te atua tō tātou piringa, ka puta, ka ora. Whakahonoretia ki ngi tuheitia, po tatau te wherawhero te tuawhitu, I tōna ahurewa tapu, pai mārire. Ki ngā mate o te tau, te marama, o te wiki, haere koutou, whakangaro atu rā. Tātou te kanohi tangata, e takehi nei ngā tapu wai o ngā mātua, o ngā tūpuna, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Ko Kruja Wetere taku ingoa, no ngā hapu huhua me ngā marae maha o ngā timania poto. Te Nehenehenui, tēnā tātou katoa, kahuri. As many of us may know, the Kawenata Awards is centered around the principles of an ancient kawenata or covenant, inspired by Te Rangituataka Tākare, a great chief of the Moko district, who convened a gathering of leaders, elders, and children of 115 years ago at Mahuinui to deliberate a way forward for ngā timania poto me o ngā hapu maha. It is my pleasure to be your guest speaker this evening as we come together virtually to celebrate our people and acknowledge kotahitanga, one of the core values in the kawenata. Our tupuna left us this kawenata to remind us of who we are as a tribe and that our well-being and prosperity as a people will require unity and the maintenance of our maniapoto identity and traditions. Kotahitanga has long been the primary focus in all we do as a people. Kotahitanga continues to be reflected in the purpose of our whare, marae, whānau, hapu, iwi, and other tribal institutions founded by our tupuna to unite the collective. The Kawenata is no exception. Our tupuna who gathered in Mahuinui in 1903, as is scripted in the Kawenata, many of our people had become divided. Some had followed the prophets of Taranaki, some had pursued the government's laws of the time, and many supported and continue to support the kingitanga movement that I represent today. Through much of my life with my father at kingitanga huinga all over the motu, and the many faces who represented the movement had the privilege of being in their presence. Kingitanga is kotahitanga, which is relevant today. At the homestead in Mahuinui, where the hui for the Kawenata was held, that the elders of our family met in 1978 for our family reunion to reaffirm the importance of unity. Ko te whakapono o tōku matua, e hua kei roto I te whakakotahi mai I te whānau ara, ko te oranga tonutanga tērā o te hapu, me te iwi nui tone. Anō nei e hara keke te whānau e tupu ana I te repo. Ka noho haumaru te rito I wainga I te matua me te whaia. Kia puawai rā anō te rito, ka puawai te whānau, ka hua mai ko te hapu me te iwi nui tonu. One institution that has withstood the test of time is the kingitanga, which was established and endorsed by our elders during challenging times to unite our people under one king. Since 1857, up until the present times, our iwi has held fast in upholding this cause by way of karakia, representation at annual kingitanga gatherings, and by way of providing resources, kai, and support for events at Turanga Waiwai Marae and Ngarua here. This evening, the Kawenata Awards is an opportunity for us to uphold the principles set out by our tūpuna. We must acknowledge those that have gone before us and celebrate the significant achievements of our people today. To our finalists this evening, your contribution across our community epitomises the principles within the Kawenata, and I congratulate you all. Nō reira, e whakakapi I tētahi tongi nā kingi tāwhiao e ki ia nei. Ki te kotahi te kākaho kawhati, ki te kāpuia e kore e whati. If there is one toi stem, it will break. If all stems are bound together, they will never break. Tēnā koutou, nā tēnā tātou katoa. Pai marire.
Congratulations to all of our winners in the whakapono section. We move now to the Ture Awards, and these awards are defined by individuals who can collaborate and navigate. These are individuals who generate relationships and remain honest and impartial always. The first section for the Ture Awards is business, and the recipient for 2022 is Po Digital.
Kia ora te iwi. I would like to take this time to speak about innovation and what it means to me. Sometimes we confuse innovation and technology, when in reality it's about thinking outside of the box and following your unique and original creativity. To me, innovation means staying aligned with my core values, manakitanga, koteitanga, kaitiakitanga, and tuakana teina. In doing this, my ventures and success reaches a community farther than myself, and my ultimate goal amongst all my ventures is to tautoko mai iwi, Ngāti Manapoto. Ways that we support innovation in our Pāki is we encourage debate of different aspects and viewpoints of tasks or projects. We are big on supporting each other and other Pākihi in their milestones, no matter how big or small they are. We are constantly learning, sharing and teaching. Innovation has brought great success into our community. Looking over the last winner of this award, Taki Wetere, I feel greatly appreciative to be recognised in this space with such icons of our community. I would like to dedicate this to my mum. She played an integral part in my upbringing, where she showed me how to get up again when things get tough and carry on in life. Finally, to close, a little whakatauki or quote. The pi waka waka asks the tui, what is more important, the journey or the destination? To their surprise, Aruru was listening in and said, it's the company. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
The next section for the Ture Awards is education, and the recipient for 2022 is Pam Voice.
Okay, well, first of all, it's very humbling to be in this position. I'm very, very grateful for this nomination. I didn't really know anything about it before, sort of a couple of days ago. And my first reaction was, no, I don't need to be thanked, because what I do is because I want to do it. It's my job, and it is wonderful to be actually acknowledged for it, because I think as a principal, we tend to be we tend to be on the side of we receive all the negative feedback more than the positive feedback from our whānau, from our parent community and so on, more than we receive the positives. And this is a positive, and it's really it's very cool, and I thank you very much for that. Thinking about our kura and what I do, I guess it's the word team comes to mind there, and what we've always done has been as a team, and I've been very fortunate to be be the leader, as I've been principal, the leader of an amazing team, and the members of that team have come and gone, and everyone that we introduced into our team has been amazing and supportive of what we want to do. And I guess what you're going to say is what do we want to do at our kura? And the first thing I think we started to do 20-something years ago was to embrace tikanga Māori in every way, and then develop our te reo Māori as well, which some of us haven't done very well, but our tamariki are doing very well, and I have amazing staff who are doing very well at that too. So the whole tikanga Māori started a long time ago, really, when I first was appointed principal at Aria, and the community, we talked to our community, and they have this feeling of oneness, as in we're all in this together, and we don't want to be separated. We want to be one, and that's carried on for a couple of decades now, and that whole the whole tikanga Māori part of it is part of us being one, and everyone does whatever we do, we all do together, and that's why it's working, because it's not just separating any facets to be this group or that group. It's always everybody. And as far as our tamariki are concerned, it's been a difficult few years, and many educators have made excuses about COVID, if I let them say that word, and other things. And we've always adopted the philosophy that there's, I guess my overarching statement would be, there's no one else coming. It's just us, and we have to do the very, very best we can for our tamariki in the time that we have them, whether they be absent because they're sick or for whatever. So be it, but we have to make every day that they are at school, that they are attending, we have to make every day count. We can't make excuses. We have to make it important, make every day an important one for our children. And there's no point in making excuses about the things that have happened. We all know that, and it's made it difficult, but we still have our where we want to be heading, and that is to give our tamariki the best start in education that we can possibly give them while they're with us before they move on to other schools or wherever they go to. And I guess that's me. I'm very passionate about my school, my kura, and my children, and I will always do the best for them, because that's what I get up in the morning to do. And I have to say honestly that I've never got up in the morning and thought, oh, I don't want to go to school this morning, because those kids are the ones that make it special. They're just lovely, and all kids are the same. They're always the same. Doesn't matter. And we can't change what's happening at home or out in the world, but we can change or improve what we're doing at school. So that's me, and I'll always do that. Well, I won't say I'll always do it, but I'll do it for as long as I possibly can, and they still want me. Thank you.
To the Te Reo Awards Politics is the section, and the recipient for this year for 2022 is Danielle Nikora.
Kia ora tātou. Let me just start by saying, ihara taku toa. Success is not the work of one, but the work of many. First off, I would like to acknowledge that being recognised by Whanona and Mairohi in being nominated for this award is incredibly humbling. I am on a reclamation journey, which is also why I will continue this in English, as I have a long journey ahead of me in reclaiming my Māoritanga. My mahi and my aronga is whenua based. Officially, I am a property valuer, and unofficially, I have always been called kaitiaki for the land. In my workspace, I have the privilege to educate and build bridges between my company, the local councils that we work in, and the tangata whenua for the areas that we value in. A few months into my job, I recognised a lack of awareness around tikanga when valuing and accessing Māori land. This led me to address the lack of knowledge amongst valuers in the company, and ultimately pushed me to present in front of the board of directors. What followed was the drive to implement tikanga throughout the company and to respectfully relate to tangata whenua. Of course, in saying that, we have a long way to go, and I am always on the lookout for areas of improvement and seeking guidance from others on how to address this.
Kei te mihi tēnei ki au koe, Danielle. The next section of this awards is Wellness. The recipient for 2022 is Rodney Ross.
My name is Rodney Ross. I work for Whataora in the Child and Adolescent Mental Health Service. I'd like to thank my nominator for allowing me to be part of these prestigious awards. Also, all those colleagues in the mental health field that I've come into contact with over the years and who have supported and assisted me in my work. Kukuri Trust must have special mention because they shoulder the bulk of the work in the King Country and Ruapehu areas. I became a registered nurse in 1997 and have worked in mental health since that time in both the adult and child and adolescent mental health fields, with most of my experience being with rangatahi, where there's becoming a greater need for specialised mental care year on year. So this award is in recognition not only of myself but also of all the wonderful mental health workers who contribute tirelessly to ensure that all facets of mental health and well-being of our rangatahi are met. This award will cap off for me what will have been a highly satisfying and rewarding career in mental health. Thank you.
Moving on to the next section of the Ture Awards, which is the Emergency Services. And the recipient for 2022 is Robert Maikuku.
Tēnā koutou katoa, e huri tēnei no Ngāti Maniapoto me Waikato tainui hoki. Ko Robert Maikuku, tōku ingoa. Firstly, I would like to thank you all for the nomination for 2022 Kawenata Award, Emergency Services. I have lived in Te Kuiti for more than 30 years. This was the town I chose to raise my children, my three beautiful children, in during this time. I have served and strived to contribute to this community. I have not only been a father to my children, but have also been a basketball coach, a netball coach, a soccer coach, a member of the board of trustees, and a volunteer firefighter. I have been recognised for 14 years of service to the New Zealand Fire Service and have been a volunteer firefighter for 19 years altogether. It is an honour to help those in need and be there for the community in moments of their moment in time. I would also like to thank my brothers and sisters in the Te Kuiti Fire Department for the camaraderie and bravery I have been lucky to witness in my time with the fire service. Finally, I am blessed to be a part of a wonderful community and hope to be able to give back in the mahi I do. Nā mai, Robert Maikuku.
The Māoritanga Awards. These awards are defined by individuals who are dedicated practitioners in their field. These are individuals who maintain traditional and contemporary principles and personify their practices endlessly. The first section of the Māoritanga Awards is Creative Arts, and the recipient for 2022 is Jerome Kavanagh Pautama.
O kia ora tātou, ngā mihi nui kia koutou aku whanaunga o Maniapoto, te kaupapa o Te Nehenehenui, nā reira tēnei te mihi, tēnei te mihi. What a beautiful honour to be nominated and part of these awards. I was talking to my whānau and talking about how we've won a few awards overseas and all that, but this one really is the greatest one to be acknowledged by our whānau and our iwi and hapu. So just a big thank you to all the people that have organised everything. So proud of our whānau, especially in the recent times, going down to Pōneke, and as our whānau mentioned, it's been a long time coming, and really just a beautiful time to be alive and be part of our Maniapoto whānui. So, nei rā te mihi atu ki a koutou, and to all the other people that were nominated, big mihi to you all, to all my cousins, and just from my nākau to all of yours, nei rā te mihi atu ki a koutou. Thank you so much. Mauri ora.
The second section in the Māoritanga Awards is ambassadorial, and the recipient for 2022 is Jenny May Clarkson.
Tēnei te mihi atu ki a koutou katoa, ko te mihi tuatahi ki ngā kai whakahaere o tēnei kaupapa. Thank you for creating a space to celebrate our own, and also to acknowledge the incredible talent that we have within our own hapori, that we have within our own hapu, within our iwi, and also a space to acknowledge the different mahi that everybody does, and it's no matter what, on what scale. So I'm very grateful for the Kawenata Awards for allowing that space to celebrate us all, I guess. I mean, you know, we're not very good at patting ourselves on the back or putting ourselves out there for everyone to see, but I see the Kawenata Awards as less about that and more about understanding and acknowledging what others are doing within our communities and their contributions, and again, on whatever level that is. And I think that it's a wonderful thing that we are doing for our next generations. That said, I am very humbled to be receiving this tohu. Though it's less about me, and more about those who have gone before me. My dad always used to say to me, and we hear it all the time, ko au, ko koe, ko koe, ko au. And it hasn't been until his passing that I really got what he was saying about not only me, but about himself as well. And, you know, to heap praise on me was to actually heap praise on himself. And that's not the kind of man that he was. He was a very humble man. And so with that, I think we can afford to pat ourselves on the back a little bit more, but that is the level of humility that he instilled in me. And so it is with that level of humility that I accept this incredible award. Nō reira, tēnā koutou katoa. Moving on to the next section of the Māoritanga Awards, and this is Te Reo. This is going to be no surprise, really, is it? The recipient for 2022 is Paraone Gloin.
Ti he Māori ora ki te whai au, ki te ao mārama. E tō tātou whakarite, tēnei ka mihi, tēnā koe. O tira kei kuranga tira, ko takoto i a koutou nā mihi e tika ana, ko tāku he tautoko. Hoi anō, e rohi mā, e koro mā, e tai mā, o tira e te iwi nui tonu, tatu atu ki ngā kārangaranga hapu o Ngāti Maniapoto, ko hau tēnei tō koutou huanga, e mihi nei tēnā rā koutou o tira tātou katoa. Tēnā tātou i te atāhua o tā tātou kaupapa. Arā, ngā tohu whakamānawa, ngā tohu whakanui, kawenata nei, e huri ai tātou, ki te whakamānawa i e tai o nā mai kuariwha i tēnā. I runga i tērā e mihi anau ki a koutou te hunga, ko whakawhiwhia ki tētahi tohu whakanui. Ko hau tēnei e whakamānawa atu nei i runga i te ngākau whakaiti. I te whakawhiwhi ngōku ki tēnei tohu whakanui, i āku mahi ki tō tātou reo rangatira. E hara i te mea whakanui mai ana i aua nahe, engari e whakanui ana i te hunga. Arā no atu rātou, i whai wāhi mai ai ki tōku ao. Arā ko taku kuia, ko taku tupuna tētahi, i whakatō mai ki roto i au, te aroha ki tō tātou reo, me ngā tikanga tuku iho a kui mā a koroma. Kui ne au, e Maniapoto nei, e rere ahu nei, arā i aia. Hoi anō ka moia i taku koraua, heiwi mōna, kui nei e mohio whānui tiana, taku tā Ngāti Raukawa. Hoi anō i e nei tau nei, kua huri au, ki te tautoko i e tahi o ngā kaupapa a tō tātou iwi, i runga i te aroha ki tērā tā oku. I runga i tērā e te iwi e, kia kaha rā tātou ki te kōrero, I te reo o tātou mātua tūpuna, he reo mō tātou, mō tēnei rā, o tira mō ngā rā katoa e heke mai nei, ko hau tēnei, e mihi nei, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
Ka pai paraone. The next section for Māoritanga Awards is tikanga. The recipient for 2022 is Catherine Kahu McClintock.
Tēnā koe, tēnā tātou. Nō ko te honorea ki te whiwhi tēnei whakaaro rangatira no te iwi o Manaati Maniapoto. E pānaki aku mahi tautoko i a tātou aha kō kai roto ahau, kai waho ahau i te Nehenehenui. He moko puna ahau no hari he mara wahanui rau ko Pate Huria tāni rau burahi i te taho tōku kōko, ko Praone he mara wahanui i tērā. He moko puna hoki ahau no henare kuru rau ko rangi tākena pairama i te taho tōku nene, ko kahu kuru i tērā. Ko pohe rau ko Ruth Brown o ku mātua. I tupu tūturu Ngāti Maniapoto ahau i Pio. I waiga nui i ngā whangaunga katoa o te Nehenehenui. A ka tika, he wā tēnei kia whakanui i a rātau i manaaki mai, i te aki mai a ahau, kia puawai i aku hapū, o Ngāti Waiora, o Ngāti Urunumia, o Ngāti Paretakawa, i runga i te kōtahitanga o te whakapapa me ngā hononga i waiga nui i a tātou o te Nehenehenui. Ka pūmau hoki ahau ki te reo o rātau mā e reka ana ki ngā taringa nei. He nā kaunui hoki ahau ki te reo karanga o te wahine i te marae he taonga tuku iho mo tātou katoa. Me mihi ka tika. Ki ngā whanaunga katoa i whāngai mai i ahau ki a tū pakari nā te aroha. Mai tētehi ki te awhi i ngā hunga i roto i ngā auetanga o te wā. Nō reira, ka whai hua ahau i enei tikanga katoa hei paenga mō tōku oranga me te oranga o Ngāti Maniapoto whānui I tēnei ao huri o tātou. Anō, mō nā muka puna nā uri whakatuku e hara mai ana. Mauri ora kia tātou.
Moving on to the next section of the Māoritanga Awards, which is Media and Journalism. Love this. The winner for 2022, the recipient of this award is Wikitoria Day.
Tēnā rā tātou katoa kei ngā kahikatea o Te Nehenehenui, tēnei a ngā kau whakaiti e mihi atu nei kia koutou I tēnei tohu whakahirahira. Me taku mihi kia Ngāti Maniapoto whānui koroa e manaaki mai nei I tēnei uri o tūhoi pōtiki ka nui rā te aroha. He nui te hunga me mihi. I te whaiwāhitanga mai o rātou ki ngā tini kaupapa, ki ngā tini pūrongo kua tutuki I te tau kua hori nei. Hoi anō rā ko te tino kaupapa kua titi nei ki taku manawa, ko te hōtaka matarua mō Te Nehenehenui, I whakapāhotia ai ki runga o wakahuia, I ngā maramatata kahi pākenei. Nō reira me mihi kā tika, ki ngā pū kōrero, ara kia koro Tom Roa, rātou ko Shane Teruki, ko Doug Ruki, I tā rātou whakai mai ki te kaupapa, ka tahi, ka rua, I tō rātou whakapono nui mai ki au, kia kawe I tēnei kaupapa whakahirahira. Nō reira, ko te tino whaenga o ngā pakipū mekara, kia puta tūmata whānui ngā kōrero kua roa e moiana, kia whitikina e te rā mō ngā uri whakaheke te take. Mai rā no ko te tino hia, I roto I aku mahi I te Nehenehenui nei, kia whakaputa I ngā kōrero a ngā hapū, a ngā marae, a ngā kaumātua, kia korea e rā kōrero tuku iho e ngaro a moa. Nō reira, e kore e tino tutuki te rā a huatanga ki te kore te hunga māhorahora e tuku nei I ngā kōrero kia maringi noa mai. Nō reira, me mihi te rā hunga. Ka nui te aroha o te ngākau kia koutou katoa me taku rika, kia whaitonu I ngā kaupapa, I ngā pūrongo, kei te aroaro. Nō reira e mihi ana kia tātou katoa. Kia ora rā tātou.
Congratulations to all our recipients of the Māoritanga Awards. Now this year, through the support of Te Tāhuhu o Te Mātauranga, we were able to produce a series of waiata as mediums to share kōrero to Ngāti Maniapoto living locally and abroad. The second waiata we are introducing is Te Nehenehenui, Te Reo o Te Rangi, featuring Maniapoto talent Gilbert Karena.
Te nehenehenui, te hono ki ta whiti, te mana a te atua, e takapau ahuru, takapau mi anga. I ea, te nehenehenui, te hono ki ta whiti, te mana a te atua, e takapau ahuru, takapau mi anga. Iki atu ho turoa, iki te a ka huatia. He nehenehenui e moa nā tuatua, te marata ne kaha. Tarapika uru ora, ahu ahu ki te uru, waikurangi ki uta. Ki oku matua kutua kana, ki atu a te ota, o te wā o te hokinga. Mai o te ai ki nui, haere mai ki raro, I aku pariro maku koe kopaki. Tarapika uru ora, ahu ahu ki te uru, waikurangi ki uta. Kia mau ki te aka nui, ki ngā reo o te rangi, ki te hao te whenua, kia manawa tua te nehenehenui, te hono ki ta whiti, te mana te atua. He takapau ahuru, takapau mi anga. I ea, te nehenehenui, te hono ki ta whiti, te mara te atua. He takapau ahuru, takapau mi anga. I ea.
The Kotahitanga Awards. These awards are defined by individuals who are inclusive and fair-minded. These are individuals who embrace all aspects of life and everything in it and consider the holistic well-being of the universe. The first section of Kotahitanga Awards is events, and the recipient for 2022 is again Heath Barnstall.
Kia ora whānau, Heath Barnstall here. I'd just like to thank people that nominated me for this award. Pretty grateful to get a chance to be able to do something like this. And just the kaupapa around the kotahitanga and getting young fellas up and amongst it all. It's a good cause, because if we don't have anyone that's going to take lead and show them the roots, well, everything's just going to slowly die away. And I'd just like to thank everybody that's supported me throughout this event to get to where I am today. And just everybody that's contributed, just either by words or actions. And big thank you to you all.
The next section for the Kotahitanga Awards is Performing Arts. The recipient for 2022 is Eddie Elliott.
Pupu ke mahara I tōku hiri kapo, hau hake rā ngā kōrero tuku iho, Te hei mauri ora. A ko te mihi tuatahi ki te atua, ko ia te tīmatanga me te whakamutunga o ngā mea katoa. Ka mihi a hau ki te kingi Māori a kingi tūheitia, po tātou te whirowhiro te tuawhitu, me te whare ka hui ariki, rire hau ai mārire. E tika ana ki te mihi atu ki ngā mate ki a rātou mā, kua riro atu ki te wāhi ngaro. Nō rere te hunga wairua, haere atu rā. Nō reira kia tātou e te kanohi ora kua hui mai nei tēnei wā, mauri ora kia tātou katoa. Kia ora mai tātou. Ko ai au, ko pirongia me kakepoku o ku maunga, ko piuniu me waipa o ku awa, ko manga tōtua me hiona o ku marae, ko pare te kawa me apakura o ku hapu, no waiwhakata ahau, ko iri alia tōku ingoa. I just want to say a huge thank you for this award, especially to the organisers and the people that have built this atamira so that people of Ngāti Maniapoto are highly recognised in their special fields. So thank you, Kawenata Awards. I'm very privileged to be here with you all today amongst all the nominees and the winners. Congratulations, whānau. This is an awesome time for everyone. So many talented people here. What seems to be very normal in front of a rorohiko, though we cannot see kanohi ki te kanohi, I'm very honoured to be present with you all today. Though I still feel like I'm an emerging artist, and I think I might feel like that for the next 20 years of my life. But this award is a reminder that my whānau have invested in me and supported me throughout my years so that I can have a career in dance. So big thank you to my whānau, especially to Rodney Whanga, Te Arere Furman, Niwa Milroy, Uncle Tom Roa, my nanny Kim, and Siam Parker for being the pillar and supporting me. I hope that with this award and in the future, I can inspire the next rangatahi as you have done for me. But yes, thank you again to the organisers of the Kawenata Awards 2022 for this amazing taonga. E mihi ana kia koutou. Mauri ora.
The next section for our Kotahitanga Awards is Defence Force, and the recipient for 2022 is Claude Wehi.
Kia ora, te kawa maro Maniapoto, mi ati nei kia tangi ati nei kia koutou. Ki tainui whānui ki ngā iwi, ki ngā hapu o Aotearoa te waipau nāmu. Roki atu ki te moana nui a kiwa, a tēnā koutou katoa. Nō hau, ki tēnei wā, roto te mautere o ngā rū, ki wānui te moana nui a kiwa, kei te mihi ki ngā hoia, ngā heramana, me ngā tauarangi, tawhito e haere ki te pakinga o te ao. Pakinga tuatai, pakinga tuarua, ngā pōwō, e rātu pakinga. Moe mai rā. A tēnei te mihi ngā whānau o te kawanata, o tōku nomination, te tani whao mō Titi a Roselle. O ki te wā e Taitama, pari ki te tāo tōku a tuakana Karanwehi me ngā Roselle. O ki Christopher te wā e Cadets, me Kireta Tikuti High School. E tūna mamahara I ngā wā. Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Claude Wehi. Okay, famous name from Ngā Te Rere Ahu. I'd be honoured to be nominated for this award. I spent 27 years in the New Zealand Defence Force, okay, as a heramana, as a sailor, and travelled the world. Okay, back in the day, I used to follow my older brother to the cadets. Okay, where was Roselle, Christopher, who were holding the guns and dressed in new uniform. All my kaumātua were there, all passed on. Okay, Tipa Naronga, Māori Battalion. Opiheta, Māori Battalion. The Wees, the Wikios, Māori Battalion. And they all lived on Tikuti Road. Then also the other shoulders, soldiers, again, Charlie Taiti, Bull Bell. Okay, my mother's whānau, they're 22. And she had 3 brothers and a sister who were in the military that I knew of. But that's not counting the other 16 that I wasn't alive for. So big whānau within the military. I joined the military because Auntie Kohu Brown come back to Tikuti in 1986. She kept all her nephews on the dole on unemployment into a military scheme. It was supposed to be only 6 months, but I stayed there for 27 years. And in there, we learnt a lot. Okay, grateful for all the support that I had. You know, like the Huia whānau with the Hollands, the Bells, the Narongas. Okay, Norman Wade, Andrew Rari, always kind of supported us young kids to do our best. Lynn Cole was a big impact. I've brought multitudes of sailors, airmen and army back to Tikuti. Okay, Te Kawamaro, the first inaugural Te Kawamaro, I brought 20 sailors and 2 truckloads of sports equipment just to support. We built a marae in the Navy. We did a marae run. We went from Wellington to Auckland, but we started at Te Tokanganui Anoho with Uncle Tifabel giving our blessing and give us guidance to go in different areas. So it's a big, it's a New Zealand Defence Force, but there's a lot of Māori in it. And there we learn leadership, we learn everything. Being away and coming home, very grateful to the support. Sometimes you feel like an outsider because you've been out the way, but thanks everyone for the support and that. I'll go back to our kaumātua and kuia. You know, Uncle Tifa's been great support. Auntie Tiny Noble, Auntie Ngāhuia James, of course Uncle Barney Winakere, and Uncle Mick Tawhare, who carried our Anzac Parade up in Te Tokanganui Anoho. The famous saying goes, Aki ake whawhai tonu. And this is the world I'll be in today. It's a big different world with COVID, what's happening in the war. But all we've got to do is steadfast, hold fast to maniupototanga. O reira, kia horo tamarino, kia whakapapapaina mi te moana, kia tere te kororoi. Ori ora.
The next section for the Kotahitanga Awards is Innovation, and the recipient for 2022 is Po Digital.
Kei aku nui, kei aku rahi, ki te iwi tonu, tēnā koutou katoa. Ko peke te pāi mana ai tī tōku ingoa, huri tēnei o Ngāti Rora, rawa ko Ngāti Waiora, no tuku te au, engari, kei tokoro noho ana. First of all, big mihi to Manuporo Trust Board for setting these awards up back in 2019 to whakanui our people and celebrate everyone's hard mahi. And what a great way to bring our iwi, hapu, communities together. And it amazes me how our tupuna done this all that time ago. Thanks to all the admin and people in the background that contribute to this kaupapa. A huge mahi to all the sponsors. You play a big part in making these awards happen. Would like to congratulate all the other nominees and winners. You should be proud of getting this far, as that's a huge achievement on its own. I am very humbled and honoured to receive this award and to be alongside all these other nominees and winners. This is really humbling experience and an absolute honour. In terms of business, in true entrepreneurial fashion, I started from humble beginnings in a room at my brother's house back in 2019 with just a laptop and a small desk. Another mihi to Manioporo FM, Te Reo o Te Iwi, in the cottage for being my first clients and supporting me when I decided to start this haringa. Without someone giving me a chance and trusting in my abilities, I wouldn't have pursued this pathway. Lastly, I would like to thank my beautiful other half, my rock and co-founder of our small business, Makia Piahana. She always brings me back to earth when I get too far ahead of myself. It plays a vital part in the success and continuation in our Pākehī. Kia ora.
The next section for the Kotahitanga Awards is Tribal Service, and the recipient this year goes to Mahia Green.
Ngāti mania poto me ona hapi maha. Tātou e mahi nei ngā mahi. Ai pāinga mo te iwi. Koe anō tāku. Te miro a tāwhia. I tā koha mai, e te whareari ki kia au I tēnei tau. Mō tātou. Mō tātou ngā marahi maha o Te Nehenehenui. Nō reira tēnei, te iti o harua e mihi atu ana kia koe te katoa. Pai mari, kia ora katoa. Carry on, mahi anga mahi.
Ko ngā tohu e haere ake nei te rōpū whakahaere o te iwi Noble Medals.
Each successful recipient will be awarded one of the following: Te mētara o pepene eke tone,
Te mētara o hone omipi,
Te mētara o hari hemara wahanui,
Te mētara o moirua nā tanahira,
Te mētara o henare matengaro hetete.
Te mētara o hone taonui hetete. The first section for Te Mētara o Pepene Eketone. The recipient for 2022 is Corey Stevens.
Tēnā rā koutou katoa, ko Corey Stevens tokina ingoa. Rangi toto te maunga, te kuiti te pā, te marae, manga oke wa te awa. Maniopoto te iwi, ngā te kino haku te hapu. Nō reira, tēnā koutou katoa. First of all, I just want to thank everybody for this nomination. What I do for our iwi, I don't do alone, and I must think that. I've been a part of so many rōpū within our iwi, and without a good working team behind me, I don't do nothing. But everything I do, especially with our puna, te puna kaiora, te puna hauora that we run out of the old Te camping grounds building down there. Ko Tahi Aroha, it's another rōpū I'm always supporting. Our Mau Maniopoto Mau Rākau rōpū, who also train with Te Rākahu Māori o Te Kingitanga. But big mihi, thank you very much to everybody. Ka pai.
The next section for Te Mētara o Hone Omipi. The recipient for 2022 is Dr. Thomas Roa.
I te whaiau ki te ao marama tihei Māori ora. Ngā tuituitanga o runga, ngā tuituitanga o raro, ngā tuituitanga o wānga I a tātou te mukatangata, tēnā koutou, tēnā hui hui tātou Ngāti Maniopoto. Maniopoto me ona hapu huhua, ona toronga, ona huanga tanga katoa, kei oku rangatira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Thank you for the nomination for this this medal, I'm truly privileged and honoured to be one of the nominated. And may I also join in congratulating everybody else who has been nominated for one of these, I would suggest, most prestigious awards amongst us o Ngāti Maniapoto. And this Hone Omipi medal, as Hone was one of the original founders, perhaps, the original writers of the Kawenata. And because I descend from his brother Arthur Omipi, I'm particularly honoured to be nominated in this medal. In terms of bringing Ngāti Maniapoto together, if I have played a small part in that, I'm again honoured and privileged. But I think about all of those people who have gone before us, all of those people who have, in both small and big ways, contributed to our unity as Ngāti Maniapoto. E tangi ana taku ngā kau, e mihi ana, te tarauma, ki te rā hunga. I think Newton is credited with the quote, I can see as far as I can see because I stand on the shoulders of giants. E mihi ana, ki aua tupua. O tātou tūpuna, o tātou mātua. Kia tira. If this award also might inform something for our future and might be a part of modelling for our young people where they might go, then again, I thank you for the nomination and express again how privileged and how honoured to be a part of this. Mā te atu o koutou tātou hei tia ki hei manaki, tēnā koutou, kia ora hui hui tātou katoa.
The next section, Te Mētara o Hari Hemara Wahanui. The recipient for 2022 is Michelle Wee.
Tēnā koutou, e mihi ana a hau ki a koutou. Ki a koutou kua tai mai ki te ako te reo wairua, ki te tautoko te kaupapa o te rā nei. Ko herangi toku maunga, ko mokau toku awa, ko tainui te waka, ko Ngāti Maniapoto te iwi, ko Ngāti Waiora te hapu, ko mokau kohanui te marae, ko Michelle Wee taku ingoa. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. On behalf of myself and my trust, Maniapoto Marakai Ropu, I'd like to thank the whole committee for their acknowledgement and support throughout the year in doing our marakai. As you know, I'm really passionate about planting a seed in our tamariki, and with continued support from our community, I believe we can achieve that. So again, I'd like to thank everybody so much for your continued support.
For this next section, for Te Mētara o Moirua Ngā Tanahira, the recipient for 2022 is Michael Frawley.
Kia ora e ho mā, ko Michael Frawley ahau. I am very honoured and humbled to receive it, especially when you look at the achievements of the other nominees and the past recipients. When I joined the Museum of Transport and Technology back in 2012, I had two objectives. The first was to move the museum away from its colonial industrial focus to a museum that used the past, the present and future technology and ingenuity of Aotearoa to educate and inspire the next generation to be the innovators of tomorrow. The second objective was to take the spirit of the 1904 Accord and to weave tikanga, te reo, te ao, mataranga Māori into everything we do at MOTAT, and to partner not just with our iwi but other iwi to allow our audience to learn from and participate in that knowledge and those concepts with a view to protecting that knowledge and passing it on to the next generation. In my view, that knowledge is the pathway to a sustainable future. All that remains is for me to finish where I started, which is to say how honoured and humbled I am to receive this award, which I accept on behalf of everybody who is trying to achieve the objectives that I outlined earlier. And all that remains is for me to thank the Maniapoto Trust Board and the panel of judges. Kia kaha.
Moving on to the next section, Te Mētara o Henare Matengaro Hetete. The recipients for 2022 is Aroha Wehi King.
Tēnei te mauri ka pakiake ki te rangi e tūnei, tēnei te mauri ka heke iho ki te papa e takoto, he mauri tipua, he mauri tawhito, he mauri I takea mai no ngā mātua tupuna. Uhi, wero, hara mai te toki, haumi e, hui e, taiki e. Tēnā rā koutou katoa, tēnei te mihi ki te kaupapa, te kawenata o Ngāti Maniapoto me ona hapu maha, anō hoki ki ngā kai whakahaere, ngā kai āwhina I whakatū I whakakotahi ai tātou I tēnei wā. Anō hoki mihi ana ki a koutou kua hono mai a ipurangi ki te Mātakitaki I tēnei wahanga o te Kawenata Awards 2022. It's a privilege to be a part of this occasion celebrating our people, and I'm privileged to have been nominated, and for me ko tahitanga is about ensuring that our people stay connected to home, wherever that may be in Te Nehenehenui. So I thank everyone for your contributions to our iwi. Whether big or small, we all play a big part in the enhancement of our iwi, but also the future successes, and those who are going to be in leadership roles one day. So for me, I accept this award as a token of appreciation, but also as a way of acknowledging our tupuna, those who have passed, and also our kaumātua who are still present, as well as our rangatahi, and moving forward to our future tamariki that are here and our tamariki to come. So tēnei taonga, he mihi ki a tātou katoa. Nā reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
Moving along, Te Mētara o One Taonui Hetete, and the recipient for 2022 is Annette Waretini.
E te atua manaki mai, e te atua awhina mai, e te atua aroha mai, aki amini. Ko waiau, tainu te waka, mō take ora te maunga, mangi ukioa, te awa, nā te maniapoto te iwi, nā te rora te hapu, te koe te pā te marae, ko tainui te rangatira, Annette Waretini taku ingoa, ki tikua te e noho ana, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge our tūpuna rangi tuataka, whose wisdom in 1903 brought our people together to establish the Kawenata. Also, I'd like to pay tribute to all of my tūpuna who have guided my whānau and I for many years. It is with honour that I am here today to have my mahi recognised in this way, and most of all to be considered for this award. Thank you to my father and mother, Mac and June Waratini, for bringing me into this world and loving me unconditionally. I thank Dennis Astill, Shirley Turner and the team of Ngāti Maniapoto Maraepak Trust for not being judgmental, for seeing me for me, showing me empathy and compassion and taking me on a journey that has been life-changing. Being the kaupapa of the organisation allowed me to understand the importance of the tiriti o Waitangi whakapapa and tūranga waiwai and how they are crucial to our health and well-being for all tangata whenua and whānau within the Maniapoto rohi. From this, I was empowered to identify my own passions and strive for the best health and well-being outcomes for all our people of Maniapoto, no matter what background whānau come from. Today, my journey continues with ensuring our rangatahi coming through are given the same opportunities, sharing my knowledge and wisdom to tautoko them to grow within their iwi and hapu to continue our mahi for years to come. Mā te kōtahitanga e whai kaha ai tātou. That is, in unity we have strength. Closing karakia, kia tātou katoa o tō tātou ariki, o ihu karaiti me te aroha, o te atua me te whiwhinga tahitanga, ki te wairua tapu, ake, ameni. Kia ora.
The Rangi Tuataka Supreme Award. Now this is the highest standalone award that symbolises leadership, nobility and wisdom.
The Rangi Tuataka Supreme Award is presented to the recipient who has unreservedly demonstrated these attributes.
The Rangi Tuataka Supreme Award for 2022, and the recipient is Tu Tawhiao Ormsby.
Tēnei te mihi atu kia koutou, I raro te āhuatanga o te wā. Anei no te pai te āhua reka te nohonga o ngā taina me ngā tuakana I raro te whakaro kotahi. Tēnā tātou. Kia ora whānau. Obviously, I'm not Tutu Ormsby. I'm his son, Gannon, and here's my daughter, Isabel. And we will be accepting on behalf of Dad and Granddad this prestigious award. Unfortunately, Dad was not able to do this recording, but we will hear for him. And if he was here, he would probably say, Mā wai te titi, mā wai te whewhera. Mā ku te titi, mā ku anō te whewhera. Nō reira, Ngāti Maniapoto me ōna hapu maha, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. Kia ora tātou katoa, pai mārire.
E ngā karangatanga maha. That concludes the formalities for this evening.
Special thanks to this year's awards judging panel who volunteered their services. Our thanks to Taniro Manawaiti, Rāniera Winekere, Naomi Hughes and Reopiki Tākare. Also a special thanks to all of our guest speakers this evening.
And a very special acknowledgement to all our sponsors for making this virtual broadcast possible. Te Nehenehenui Trust, Te Wānanga o Aotearoa, Darren Wise, Stainless Sculptor, Aotahi Limited, Bruce Wright and Tyler Wilson.
E ngā kaumātua, e ngā rangatira, e ngā taitamariki, e ngā hapu maha o Te Nehenehenui o Ngāti Maniapoto. It has indeed been an absolute pleasure to be your ceremony presenters for this, the virtual broadcast of the 2022 Kawenata Awards.
Nō reira, tēnā koutou e tiwi, ka tukua ngā mihi, ngā kōrero whakawhiwhinga mō tēnei tau ki te runga rawa. Māna tātou e tiaki, māna e manaki, aumi e hui e, tai ki e.
Tuku I hora ngā kura I o kōrua taumata I runga I te Māoritanga me te kotahitanga o Ngāti Maniapoto me o na hapu maha I te rā